solves this is the first time. This is not an invitational. Yeah. People weren't invited to be here. You earned it from opens to championships. That $1 million is yours to claim.
Let's get this done as we have 3 days for our first weekend here. Of course, $2 million base prize pool is on the line, of course, as everybody at home can also be contributing as things go on. We're going to be starting with the group stage, going to semis, and then the grand final, as we mentioned, in Oakland later on, Avenger. And this tournament format, the structure of it and everything like that, every stage is a short burst, but it really, really matters moving on.
And we've been talking through it, like through the regions, through the stages.
Yeah.
You have to prepare for this. You might have a long phase to come to here, but you have to be able to prove it with 6 games. I love the double elimination system we have here as well. It's very lovely.
I really like it because you need to adapt and you need to be quick. You don't know who's your next enemy is going to be. There's going to be a lot of teams you're going to be facing here.
And of course, a point system here as well. If you are unfamiliar with it as a whole, or you might be familiar with it through the entire year because we've been using the same one, but if you're unfamiliar, it's 10 points for that first place. It teeters on down from there, 1 point per kill, and we've seen throughout this year that kills mean a lot of points.
Kills have been the difference maker, the tiebreaker more often than not. Interestingly enough, kills came into play at the end of the NPL season. But we have 6 guys from North America. If you guys see that numbers of distribution up there, that's because the Rumblers got that late invite due to some issues with some visas in other places. And I think that's a big boon for North America, that we have a little more of a chance of sort of moving through to that late stage.
And our 32 teams are being separated up into 2 groups to get the things going here for the first weekend as a whole. Group 1 is, as this stands, a big, fearsome group. We all looked at this at the very start and we're like, wow, that might actually be the group of death here. I looked on further inspection, I'm like, actually, both groups are really damn good. But we have 6 games per day for us here, starting with Erangel and moving on from there.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 games of Erangel, and that means you got to take that opportunity. When you're on Erangel, you got most games there, make sure that's...
Rise to the top and excel. But here we go, guys. You can see the countdown is kicking off. Plane is up and in the air, so here we go. The first game of PGC is getting underway.
32 teams, 9 regions, 8 days, $2 million. And the chance to be crowned a global championship team. This is it. We are beginning. And of course, we get all the excitement, Matchroom. This is where we see, initially, if we're going to get any contested spots. Will people be greedy? Will people be ignorant? Will people want to fight and try and farm early game? Well, it's time to find out.
Well, there is a good chance of it. There are a lot of very strong locations on this map.
And not be able to use the sightlines that they want to. Instead, they're going to have now to reposition themselves. SKT does lose Adder. They're going to trade it out with Interrogate, but Dref Laka is going to get taken out as well. So now it's all down to a COD.
And a COD.
And a COD. Yeah, that's it. Just a COD.
He is the only one left, but we've seen him do absolutely bonkers stuff in the PKL. He can surely 3v1 a team if he is given the right situation, but Pride's gonna come through, try to get a grenade onto him. There's another battle breaking out between Ghost and Red Knit up on the southern end of the circle. Akkad took a bunch of damage on the bottom left. He is very weak and healing up. Pride has to do the same. So this is a 1v1 battle down here as Pat Caps is still stuck kind of to the north of all of this and seems to be kind of backing off.
Red Canids coming up clutch against Ghost. They managed to wipe them there. Ghost going out in 15th place. Andy FPS, the last one alive, but Vendetta was breathing down their necks. I'm not sure how he's going to get into this circle. This is all going on the very far southern part here. Infantry as well. You can see Boliang and Xiaoyang eyeing this from range here. Navi in a position where they can gatekeep this, but Vendetta still 4 strong, making their way in. Akkad is still alive. Looks like Envy is pulled off of this. So T1 gonna stay alive a little bit longer, but oh, look at this. Oh no.
Oh boy. Akkad is not in an ideal situation. He's in a building that is about the worst that you can find. At least he has cover. And look at this, Alpaca with the 6th sense just knows that Akkad is there and takes him down.
The Molotov in there for added measure. He likes to eat his food cooked. As Akkad gets a little bit burnt there as Ace is moving quickly through this compound just off to the west. While Envy has to stay alive a little bit longer. Vendetta now turning their attention back towards Andy FPS as they have a nice little gatekeep going on, an M249 in the hands of Non-Reg.
Yeah, Andy is taking a lot of damage from these circles, but it's going to be Zhao Yang who comes through and steals this, gets some more damage into Non-Reg, but he's in the circle and he is going to find himself knocked from critical as well. So Edge He is going to move forward. Now Baolong trying to get some more shots over here, and he gets a little bit of damage into Non-Reg, who's in the circle as well. So coming up along the edge here, and Navi's here to gatekeep, like you were talking about earlier, right on the southern edge.
Oh, this is what they needed, but look at that. Only one kill going over into their favor here as Non-Reg is going to go down to the circle, yeah. And Boliang actually going to go down to Mexi. So Navi getting points robbed from out, right out from under them here.
Yeah, Entis Ace is getting torn apart by the circle. They took some damage from Envy, I believe, as well. So now we're going to find the next one, and Navi's compound is still in it. So a little bit of a fortunate situation for Navi here. Two members of FaZe, though, left their compound and moved ahead. I think a nice, wise leapfrog by FaZe, taking advantage of the fact that Navi was busy gatekeeping the southern side of this circle.
Absolutely, 200 IQ rotation early on for the FaZe boys. Got to keep an eye here on the north side, though, as we have the full four-man squad of Gen G trying to make their way in, but they have the full entirety of Gex, I believe, still in the compound, and Armory Gaming right behind him as we check in on the quick shots there from Pio as Rascal Jester Wesker, my new favorite name to say, gets taken out.
Well, Gen G, this is an important moment for them. They are on the bubble right now for being one of those teams that could find themselves on Sunday, and they are going to have to go through Armory Gaming, who is already in the circle, and 4 strong as well. And look at this. They are prone in the grass. You're going to see this a lot on Sandhawk because of all the soft cover available.
Yeah, Skeet is going to hide behind the rock. He hears the footsteps of Taman. Taman going to take the few shot. Esther actually going to get Duckman. Skeet going to turn it around quickly, take out Taman, get the flush. Pio is very, very low coming up from the backside. He's going to get taken out by DMG, and Gen G is falling apart here. Esther and Loki are kind of sandwiching the boys from Armory here as DMG and Tanawat still alive. But look at this, Gex now coming around here to one apiece.
Loki trying to pre-fire, couldn't find anybody there. They know where the down is onto Skeet. That grenade is a stun grenade, and so DMG comes right around the corner, finds Loki. Gen G goes out in 8th place. A solid defensive effort from Armory Gaming.
But how much more does Armory Gaming have in the tank here as Global Esports X-Set are going to come up over the top. They get a few shots into Tanawat. Not going to be enough. Fuzzface actually getting it down onto Skeet. Is FaZe now wanting a piece of this?
3 members of FaZe rotated up into this, just looking for the points and the third party, and they are finding it. The mollies are down. DMG taking so much damage, and the grenade is going to get the knock onto him as well. Now a member of Gex is fallen to 8C. Look at this. FaZe is just tearing apart these Asian teams.
Welcome to Sandhawk, where it's not a party unless it's a third party. Fuzzface, Uba, Etsy, and the boys coming up over the top. Tanawat is just outside the circle. He's going to stay alive a little bit longer. Kane and Sophia from Gex still managing to stay alive as well, but we have to go and check on, looks like Vendetta and G2 still fighting it out just off to the west of Quarry.
Yeah, and here you can see Navi is forced to move out of their situation as the circle has gone west. Looks like Edge is going to find Icon's res. And this is another late game finish for Vendetta. Can't talk about them. Rang is trying to pick up some points. What a spray! He is going to find Icon, gonna pick it up. Ooh, he misses that shot with the Car 98, and the circle is right on his behind. He's gonna have to get moving. Opts to go up the hill because he knows that the circle is now on top of Icon, and he is gone and out, so it is just Edge left for Vendetta.
Rang's got about 70 total bullets in a dream here as he's got to push into this circle with the blue right on his back. Edge coming up on the backside as well. He's going to take a little bit of damage. Looks like FaZe is going to find Tanawat. That's going to be it for Armory, as they now have pretty much control over the center of the circle here. But actually, no, they're taking some long-range shots here from Navi.
Yeah, Senya looking to do some damage with the Mutant. Not much landed there. And Uba still up and running, and that's big here for FaZe. Edge taking a bunch of damage. Pokes up over the hill, but the circle is already on him. He isn't able to get in time. So FaZe has center circle, but Navi is 4 strong. They've got Gex on top of them, as well as Rang, the sole surviving member of Entis Ace. Another big placement for Entis Ace.
How many times, Clinton, how many times in PKL have we seen this solo player from these Korean squads come in clutch, stay alive to the last second, and manage to take home a win here out of nowhere. So keep your eyes on Rang, everyone.
And if you're Entus Ace, this is the guy you want there, the top fragger for them. He is absolutely the person you want in this situation. The blue is pushing him. He is trying to find something. Gex is up there. FaZe, Fuzzface is trying to clear out this angle. And it is going to be Rang who's spotted out by Sophia, as it is going to be a 4th place finish for Entus Ace, but a huge day so far in the first half for them.
Not this time, as will PKL manage to pull out the solo heroics. Fuzzface going to manage to get himself another kill, but Senya going to trade it back now. Navi coming alive. They've got the center of the circle. FaZe maybe batting off a little bit more than they can chew, and Uba is taken out, and that's Navi with the big 6-kill win.
Navi needed this so desperately, and they played it to perfection, gatekeeping the southern side so well, being patient. FaZe took an aggressive maneuver up to the top to pick up some kills, and I think that was wise for them to do that. They were going to have a bit of a difficult time keeping Navi at bay, and they just got the points where they could. And Navi, 6 kills, 10 points, 16 for them that round.
You know, I say it's a big 6-kill win. You're looking at me like, 6-kill win? Are you crazy?